The news is here. Mr. Beefy's got some pop for your ear. Sit back and listen to the beef. Sit back and listen to the beef.
What's the whole point, right? I'm not the only one that gets it, but the harassment, the bullying.
Starting to sound like Lump. Soon, she'll have a diaper. What is goody good, my friends, my fam, all my peeps? Welcome to Mr. Beefy-NovaChu, where we cover Nova Online and Tophiachu. You can find footage from either the Chin universe for all the Nova stuff, or Tophia archives for that Chu footage. And yes, those are the two main, lolcows, hellcows, whatever they're going to end up being of the channel. Now let's get into the video. Today's video is coming from Tophia Archives. It is titled Tophiachu has a meltdown over TikTok ruining her life. Ooh, it's always great to hear them complain about their own shit that they make, It's like, you do this. You bring all this upon yourself. You're the one to blame, nobody else. I didn't see the date, I forgot it, my bad. Anyways, that's the rundown, let's move on.
TikTok ruined my whole life. Once I get my place, I could turn 100% completely evil. My heart is ripped out, and I don't think I'll ever recover.
Subscribe if you enjoy, please.
Because I was losing bars, so I put it in airplane mode, and it tends to work. Hopefully it works this time. But there's this plus-size content creator that I follow that literally is leaving to live a private life because they're like, I realized I can't have a private life having social media. And I was like, I thought of something. But I don't think a lot of influencers would be behind that. So what if all the influencers just created a business and just left social media? That was just my thought process, because I'm like, if we stop giving people something to watch, then people would be bored and realize that they screwed up, because I don't understand it. People don't even learn how to leave people alone, and people shouldn't have to leave social media to have a private life. This is what celebrities ask for, is privacy.
Well, listen here, Topher, you're no celebrity, and you lose a lot of that argument or that grounds to argue that whenever, if you post 80-90% of your life, once you're uploading that much online, then your right to privacy. Yeah, I understand legally you got to say you have it, but you technically don't. Once you become a public clown, then you become the public's property.
My heart is empty, my hole is empty, and they don't even get that. So what if people just stop giving people content and just make social media so boring to the point where everyone just social media is no more? Is that a great idea? I think it is. I don't know. Influencers and content creators, because what's the whole point, right? I'm not the only one that gets it, but the harassment, the bullying, all of that stuff, the doxing. Why don't we just all collectively give nobody something to watch?
Because creatures like this cannot be offline. It's fatal for them to not be on the internet after, 24, 48 hours? Then they start getting the itch and they start fiending.
That way, when people are bored on social media, it goes away. That would make sense, wouldn't it? That's what I think, right? Not me, of course, obviously, because I'm not going to be the only one doing it. And plus, I need the money. I gotta make my bills somehow. I'm just saying, TikTok ruined my whole life. Not really. I don't know. There's so much hypocritical people on this app, I can't even. So there's this one lady that is old as F. You're in your 40s, coming at me about having filters on, saying the filter is fighting for its life even though it doesn't show that I have a filter on. And you have so much filters that it looks like you are 30 years younger than what you really are. And you're telling me about filters while having filters on. Makes literally no sense.
Those poor fucking filters, they're trying their damnedest to do something, but filters plus beer goggles still would not do anything to improve the current situation.
I am to the wit's end. I am to my point of flipping out, because I'm so tired of hypocrisy. Here's one thing, hold on. Let me just stand because what the heck? Sitting is not sufficing. I don't know what's going on. So, anyways, it's so hypocritical. I posted me going to a free event last year that Al Hurricane was at, RIP Al Hurricane Jr. But the comment sections are stupid people being like, making it seem like it's a free event. Do you know how much free events that Albuquerque puts on? They put on so much free events, it's crazy. And you don't gotta pay for them, and it's pretty cool because Summerfest is coming up in June, free. You don't gotta pay for that, and some celebrities do come perform for Summerfest. I remember one year me and my brother saw Taylor Dane. We saw Sheila E. for free at Summerfest. I don't gotta pay for things. If I'm going somewhere, I am not paying. I'm going to a free event. Unless someone says, hey, you want to go somewhere, and then they offer to pay, then yes. But that is so weird. People be so hypocritical. I can't even stand there. I gotta sit. I don't know what's going on. Can someone please tell me what's the 411?
And in her mind, sitting there talking all this shit is better and more beneficial than putting in applications or calling places about an application. I just don't understand how they do this. They'll get online and they'll bitch about how bad life is or being treated, but they will make no actual strides themselves to improve themselves or their surroundings or try to help the people in their lives. It's just pity me, pity this.
You're demons, you're heathens. I'm just kidding. Anyways, like I said, it is so crazy. I know it's late. I'm gonna go live for a little bit. I wasn't even gonna go live. I was just gonna relax and watch some movies because I was watching, I watched Holes again because that's my comfort movie, Holes. Then I watched Inspector Gadget 1 and 2. And I watched The Crash. Oh my God, I watched The Crash and that is crazy. So, have you guys seen that documentary? Well, now I've been getting stuff about the documentary on my For You page because that's weird. I only searched up one thing. And I already knew from the whole telling of the story or telling of the documentary, I knew she was guilty. You cannot sit there, look these families in the face and be like, I was punching at 100 miles per hour and did not think once to hit the brake as we were about to crash into a wall. And you have your friend who's a whole content creator online defending you, saying, well, why would she want to take her own? Hello? It's called The Crash, and basically what it is about a crash where, we're back, it froze. So basically it's about 3 teens that were in a car crash, 100 miles per hour, they hit a wall.
If it was Lump in the car, everyone would have been fine. He would have absorbed them and carried them like Groot.
And 2 of them passed away. One was on the football, I think they were both on the football team. But one was her boyfriend and the other one was a friend of theirs. And I guess what was argued is that she wanted to take her boyfriend by going 100 miles per hour into a wall. She is trying to fight her innocence. Her parents are trying to fight her innocence because their parents are her best friend. Basically saying that she didn't do it. They don't believe that her motive was that. And no, she portrayed online was what she wanted people to see, but in real life, that's not who she is. Basically, the arguments they had was not really true. I don't know, something about, she dressed up as dead. They dressed up as skeletons. I don't know, it's a whole thing. I'm not even, hold on. Documentary on Netflix called The Crash. If you have not seen it, I would advise you to go watch it. I don't have my music because my stuff is not charged. Well, it's okay anyways, because I wasn't planning on going live for that long anyways. So, I don't know. I'm having a hard time, and I don't know. You think you're okay, and then you think of something and you're not. You love me. You have a picture. And I guess whose account came on my page? Ash Trevino. I'm like, what? Hold on, guys. Wait just a second. Okay.
Fucking A. She just sits there all day until night, and then she goes and begs for a shelter to stay in. Is that the life and routine of the Tophiachu? It seems very lump-like. Hell, at that point, why not just collect cans or find some way to make any kind of money?
Sorry, there was someone coming and I wanted to mute it. But anyways, so what I was talking about was the whole content creator, influencer thing. I think people should do it. I really think we should give people nothing. And then that way they go, what do you do? I don't even know what I want to do anymore. Well, I know something, but I'm not going to say it. But it's getting dark. Oh, somebody's steaming up their car. I thought someone was screaming. They say, "Are you okay, sir?" That's crazy. This is weird. This is like a coincidence. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. There's this person that I follow, right? And he does content, basically weight loss content. And for some reason, well, not for some reason, it's because I'm following him. His live stream popped up on my For You page. And when I tell you that I was watching for a while, my name gets mentioned. And I'm like, bruh, what's going on? I just barely started watching this live for not even a few seconds. And I hear my name. And I'm like, this is so weird and random that I saw this live at this moment.
But it wasn't a sign to maybe take the advice to lose the weight or follow his instructions. Of course not.
Yes! Successful. And my name gets mentioned. Somebody is telepathy or something, because, oh, and guess who's coming? Oh, if I have to, well, no, I better not say anything. I better keep my mouth shut. Hopefully I get paid from TV soon. That's all I can say. There's nothing I could really do because TikTok's going to say it doesn't violate guidelines. So, I want to see the Michael movie again. I also not want to be sad and upset and depressed. Help. Who do I talk to? What the heck? I'm not even doing anything. You cannot exclude me because I'm considered a freaking lolcow, which I don't even like that term. And then you think it's funny whenever I'm miserable or something happens in my life and you think it's funny. Imagine if I didn't have this. Once I get my place, I could turn 100% completely evil. I could just target someone to the point where I could have them go through everything that I went through. I could say, I choose you, and have people have cameras on them, follow them everywhere, start banging on their doors. If I wanted to do something like that and be this evil menace, I could.
Where the fuck does she think she gets this power? And like, does she have buddy trolls like that would follow her command? Does she think she's like Goblin and has a whole Goblin army behind her?
But I'm not going to. To somebody online that did it to me so they could learn to leave me alone. Because maybe I feel like sometimes if some people got the same treatment that I got, they would stop. That's the only way people are going to learn, in my opinion. But I would never do something like that. And it's just so crazy. Like, I don't have very many people to talk to. People have to understand that. When I talk to somebody about something, it's because that's the only person I have, really. I don't have a lot of girlfriends to talk to about. I don't even have a relationship, but relationship issues or about things that I'm like, hey, can you give me some feedback? Can you tell me? Can you help me in this situation? I don't have people like that in real life. I don't have someone to be there and be like, yes, I did, but there's some things going on. And I'm not coming to the internet to bring that personal stuff on here. I have never talked about people in my personal life online, but it seems like Reddit and all these people want to twist it somehow and make it seem so because they're just mad.
I don't think there's anybody who's jealous of any of these lolcows in any way. There's no need. No matter how bad you feel about yourself, all of us are doing 100% better than any of these cows. And she's more of a lol manatee.
Anytime I have some sort of happiness, they gotta be like, oh, well, we need to bring her down. She cannot be happy. We need to knock her down a peg. And it just doesn't make sense because to me, that is horrible. I've never met human beings that literally harass someone this much to the point where they go to sleep It's normal. Are you okay? Are you good? Do you need help? Because what's wrong with you? And then you harass someone to the point where it's like, now we finally got her offline. I saw what that influencer said, and I get it. They want to live a private life. They don't want to be known. They don't want to be seen. But at the same time, this is why a lot of your faves left social media, because of stuff like this. And then you condone it, and then you don't condone it, and then you're hypocritical. Like, you're like flip-flop politics. And this is why nothing ever gets taken care of. Nothing ever gets done, because Republicans are pointing fingers at Democrats. We've got a shitty city that has all of these tents everywhere and all of these homeless people. This whole shitty city of just nothing but overran by homeless people on the side of the roads in tents because they don't have proper housing, because they're too busy fighting over whether or not the rich should be taxed, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, because rich people should be taxed. Why are we fighting over that? That should be a given. Why is it that middle class and poor people, or people that make some sort of slight income, have to pay more taxes than a rich person? Makes no sense to me.
Well, you don't have a house or bills or a job or anything like that, so paying taxes isn't anything that even should concern you. Hell, her diet consists of government cheese and street bread.
And then, not only that, you had three people died mysteriously from an inhalation of some sort of chemical in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where I live. 20 plus people injured from a hazmat situation. In a random area, they just inhaled some sort of chemical and passed away. And you mean to tell me that that's not suspicious? Let's be for real. Let's be serious. I don't even know how to function properly anymore. My brain is not normal. And I had to walk around saying I deserve to be here, but sometimes I really don't feel like that. And I'm trying to keep my mental together, because my mom, I'm the only person my mom has. She has her brothers and her family. God forbid if something happened. I already picture what happened if I'm not here. I could already picture people saying she was so selfish that she left her mom by herself. Why should I even have to think about what people think? My mental is, and I don't know how to process. Imagine beating someone down really to the point where you want them to just not be here.
I don't really know MrBeefy-NovaChu that well, but I can say a lot of these people, given how they treat their parents and shit, the internet seems to usually treat the parents better than the cows themselves. It just depends on the situation. But for the most part, the internet is caring, unless they just truly enable it all.
And then why celebrate that? And then you think that's cool, and then I'm supposed to sit here and say, I'm not going to harm myself. But I'm not going to lie and sit here and say that I have not had those thoughts. They don't just go away. My depression is horrible. I can't even tell you guys what recently happened, and my heart is ripped out, and I don't think I'll ever recover. And it's like I get beat down so much. I have people tell me, well, I survived the carjacking. I survived all of the harassment, the torment, the hate for 8 years. Yes, I should be thankful I'm alive, but I have survivor's guilt. And last night I freaked out. I thought, oh, everything was good. I was making a homemade pizza, and I was just, then I freaked out, and I wanted to run outside because it felt like I was in the car, and it took me back there, and all I could picture was him breaking the glass and just seeing my brother dead, and how no one has remorse.
And no one has remorse. Didn't you milk the funeral? Like, wasn't there some funds that ended up going missing or something? I didn't follow during that whole saga. I just missed out on that one. But I remember seeing a lot of people comment there was some foul shit being played by her.
And I'm just trying to function, and I can't function because my brain is so messed up that I have people telling me. I got this long message from someone who, she was a nice lady, and I don't know, I'm worried because I know the outcome's not good. Someone insisted with me that what I was saying wasn't true, but she hasn't responded back. And she had a heart condition, and she did have a mild heart attack. And it was someone that I met at one of the shelters I was at, and she was a real nice lady, and she sent me this message saying, you went through a lot, you're strong. I think she passed away, but there's nobody, because she wasn't living with family to tell me or to confirm, but she hasn't responded, so I just assumed. I know I deserve to be here, but it's hard.
I just can't pity anybody who sits there and puts themselves through this shit and then does nothing to improve their situation. I just can't. I cannot do it. If she was at least out there putting in applications or trying to find places to stay, then okay. But just sitting there on TikTok, fuck no. No sympathy will be given.
My heart is just like ripped out. I don't know how to talk about it because it's painful. It's just like part of me is gone. It's missing. My happiness was taken away from me. Nobody understands. No, and I wish there was someone to truly understand. I keep telling myself, but it sucks because people don't leave me alone. Even if I got a job, it's not gonna stop. And I told myself, you're just better off not being here. And then how do you tell people that? Because then they say, oh, whenever something happens with someone, you always like, you're just baiting people. You're just, no one knows, because I just want to feel alright. I just want to be okay, but I can't. And I can't talk to anyone about it because it's so painful. And they wouldn't understand. And I can't come to the internet because it's something personal.
Fuck, you know who this one sounds like?
And if I do that, it makes things worse. People think that I'm okay. My brother is dead. I can't bring him back. And all I wanted was to be loved. And nobody understands just how bad it is, because me and my brother, we did everything together. And now I have to live without my brother. And it's all of these cruel jokes. You go and you have a good time. And these are free events. It's not like when I go, I'm really having a good time, because in the back of my mind, I have to think I survived a carjacking, even though I really wished it was me. And everyone said the wrong sibling died, and then I believe it, and then it creeps in my head. No one knows how badly I'm hurting because I have to keep it together. And then when something happens, and then my brain is all jacked up, oh, you're just, what do I say? Oh, you're just upset because someone is not talking to you.
I could definitely understand that 100%. These people, they love that attention. So if somebody else is getting that attention, you know, that's abuse to them. Just like the lump at Jan's funeral. Did he have to, you know, shit himself, cause a scene, and make Joe and Tom wipe him? No, but Jan was getting all that attention. He couldn't stand it.
And you're just doing it for attention. That part of your brain never goes away. It doesn't go away. And sometimes I'm not at the point where I would harm myself, but it's too much. And I'm not gonna harm myself. Don't worry. Because then my mom's messaging me, then my mom freaks out. It's just, nobody really cares. How do you process? My brother hasn't even been married. And it's been a whole freaking year. All because it sucks. Hold on, guys. And thank you if you did start a GoFundMe for me. I don't think people would donate. My family, they gave me $300 at the funeral, which I bought pajamas. I bought my mom pajamas. I bought her slippers. I bought her things we needed because I didn't have any clothes. People seems to forget all my clothes went with the car. All of my valuables, my Switch, my Chrome computer went. My tripod that I got on sale, which was a really nice tripod that everyone was promoting when it was on sale. My mom's iPhone that was given to her by my brother for Christmas. All of these things were gone in the car. My brother's cell phone is gone. It's crazy. I had no pictures whatsoever of my brother in my phone because my brother didn't like to have pictures, I guess, of him on my phone. And so that's basically what happened. And because of that, because he didn't like, I don't know, he took pictures with other people, but with me, it was different. I didn't have any pictures. And what's crazy is I had to ask his friends for pictures because I didn't have no pictures. Somebody's pictures.
I don't even think me and one of my brothers were as close as her and hers, but I still have photos of him. It just, it's these moments where I think are very sus. They claim that they were so close to this family member, they loved them, but there's really no evidence or background that shows it. Once again, though, I am not full on the lore of Toph, so I could be completely wrong, and I'll learn more as I cover her.
But anyways, and it's so crazy because there's one picture that was at my grandma's house of me and him side by side. And he's little. This was when he was in elementary school. I don't have, except when I was filming the cars at car shows. And I had one where he was recording the cars as they were leaving. Or I was recording the cars as they were leaving. And I got a glimpse of him. And that's all. Like, people really are cruel. They tell me things. They tell me, like, oh, what did they say? You asked for it. I asked for gun violence. That literally makes no sense. And it's not because the comments are getting to me. It sucks when you're going through something. And I'm not out here trying to make all these friends and have this whole large circle group of friends. That's why when something happens with somebody, I don't have nobody to lean on or to talk to. And it sucks. And then how do you want to tell people that, or how do you tell people that you're in that dark space of, oh, I don't want to harm myself?
She definitely seems like the type that would claim to want to do something like that for attention, like Gobbo in The Stylist, like Lump in his Benadryl.
But these are the thoughts that I'm having. And then it doesn't turn into the thing that the last memory I have of my brother. And it sucks. I had to watch him die in front of me. And nobody cares. They just shit on me. They hate my guts. That's why it's so easy to leave. I wanted to run away. I did. Oh, what is it? I don't want to say disability Olympics. You know what I mean? The oppression Olympics or whatever it's called. Who has it worse than who? And I can function. I didn't ask who can function at a job with PTSD. That's you. That's not me. I don't have very many friends to talk to. And when something happens, I'm having that catastrophized thought again. I'm catastrophe thinking, oh, I'm going to pass away alone. My mom's going to go and then I'm not going to have anybody. That's my thought process, is I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life. I'm not going to have anybody.
And what are you doing to change any of that, or to, help prevent any of these fears from becoming reality? I too had that same fear. I used to have night terrors over stupid shit. And it seems, I don't know, maybe with age it just comes to you. But now in my age, I like the thought of being alone. I like not having to talk or deal with other people.
That's my thought process, and I'm trying to rethink that because I go to therapy, but some stuff happened, and it's like I was supposed to get up and be okay. In a couple of days, I'm being down to high school with my brother. She is holding on to my brother until we can bury him. I shouldn't have to apologize for it being a year because I don't got $4,000 to literally fork over to pay to bury my brother. When people say, oh, you're going shopping, you're doing this, okay, well, I guess I won't have any clothes. I guess I won't have any pajamas. I had no clothes whatsoever. The only thing that I had was a shirt and some paper pants. Came from on my PayPal to the transactions of me getting paid for TikTok. Nowhere did any money that I spend ever came from GoFundMe because I did not have access to it. I don't know how many times I have to tell you. All I have to do is make one call to GoFundMe and have them fork over all the emails that proves they closed that GoFundMe because they couldn't get a hold of my brother's friend. Left a 10-minute video on me because I'm addressing you, asking you to leave me alone. You're a stalker. You literally are looking at my stories. I'm not even talking about you. And for some reason, you want people to talk about you. You want this drama. And it's so weird that everyone applauds her and defends her. Then she's a whole Trump supporter, so I guess you're hypocrites. So you defend pedophiles. It says follow back. You literally predator, but then it says follow back. Then why didn't you block me? There's a block button for a reason. I don't know, even just this whole talk. Now I'm starting. I already thought I've been getting here now. You guys are, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.
Yeah, besides maybe Cobra and maybe Tony, I can't think of any lolcows that I kind of have any sympathy for, especially ones like this one who brings all the shit upon themselves and then wants us to feel bad for them. You live your life off social media. What do you expect? Your whole life is going to be out for the public to see, and the people are going to be obsessed with it because it's like watching a car crash, a living car crash. And you just got to either accept it and deal with it or delete it all and move the fuck on. But Tophia, I think she's at that point where she's addicted to this life, like World of Shirts. Anyways, let me know below, what did you guys think? And big up to Tophia Archives. The video's over. Thank you everybody who made it this far. I truly do appreciate it. And especially everybody who has followed me through the ups and downs, through all this, the whole journey on all the channels. It means the world to me. If you've made it this far and you're not part of our community, please hit that like, hit that subscribe button. And if lolcows aren't the only thing you're into, I do cover pop culture stuff on my pop channel and boxing on my boxing channel. If you really want to keep continuing the support, think about joining the membership and hit that like button. That's honestly one of the best things you can do. And the hype button. As usual, it's all about attitude. There is no progress without struggle, so stay in there. I've been your host, Mr. Beefy, and you all have been fantastic. I'll see y'all on the next one.
Once I get my place, I could turn 100% completely evil.
The news is here.